hope you're having a good day wherever you may be around the world. I'm Lucas with Seven Sons Farms, and what I'm going to do today is give you kind of a quick tour of one of our stacked enterprise operations we've got going on here on the farm. I'll kind of give you a rundown real quick and then we'll go and look at them. But how this is working is this netting you see behind me here. This is Premier One poultry netting that we have used in the past just for the chickens to keep their paddocks, keep the buildings you see behind me here enclosed in so the chickens don't get out, but they still have enough pasture to get to. So this year what we started is we've done two long strips down the side, and then in the front of the chickens, you see we got the chickens back here, we've got the 3 buildings lined up. In front of those we've got a small section that we've got sheep in front of, and then behind the chickens, running behind the chickens, is 60 hogs. So they're helping to till up everything once everything else goes through. So I'll give you a quick look here at everything we got going on. So as you can see here at the front, we've got the sheep, and they're in a small paddock right in front of the hoop coops here. So they're the initial crew that's coming through here and chopping down the grass a little bit so it's not quite as tall for the chickens for the hoop houses to come through. About once a month in front of the sheep, what we'll do is we'll run cows on this whole pasture here, and they'll chop it down just a little bit more and make it ready for the sheep we got going on right here. Now the real beauty of running things this way is that a lot of the things like water, we've got the electricity for the fences, are all run out of one place. So we're not hooking up 3 different waters. All of the waters come in to right here behind this middle hoop coop here, and all the hoses for the pigs, for the sheep, and for all the chickens here run to that same place and then are distributed out. So we're not hooking up multiple water sources here. We don't have to worry about that. Same thing with the electric. We had solar panels hooked up for last year when we started the sheep. They had their own separate solar panel. The pigs would be off and they would have their own separate solar panel, and then the chickens of course would have their separate solar panel. In this system right here, you do need a larger fence charger, but it is all centralized into one location, and this is very scalable. That right now we're running it pretty small. I could run a lot more sheep out in front of here. You could run this, you could scale it up, or you could scale it down if you're just getting started. If you've got even a small, we've got this old, that's one of our first chicken tractors that we started with back there. If you're running just that, a few sheep in front and a few hogs in back, you can do that. You can scale this up. As you can see right here, we are 3 wide with the hoop coops. We're 160 feet wide here, but you could run it 50 feet wide and as long as you want, and just give off smaller section and just be running 1 hoop coop. So that's the beauty of this setup here, is that it's so easy to scale up and down, because since everything is running off of the same infrastructure. All the base of this poultry netting is the foundation for this whole setup right here. Now here we are back behind the hoop coops, and this is where we're keeping the hogs back here. We've got this little train set up so they can have shade. And the only thing that these guys need is we've got the shade in here. We've got their water tank right there, which is hooked up once again to the same water supply. And over there in the corner, we've got the feeder that will dump their non-GMO feed into. Now once again with our setup here, we're running about 60 hogs in the back here behind everything else. In our 3 hoop coops back there, we're running just a little over 3,000 hens, and then right up front with the sheep, we're running 30 rams up there. Now right here, we've got the pigs' water set up, and this is the corner of the fence right here. What we've got here, this is our solar setup for our power. So we've got this Rubbermaid tote on top here. And this stores our fence charger and our battery, the solar panel charges. Right here on the side, we've got our solar panel set up. Then of course we've got the ground, and then it goes straight to the fence. And this gives power to our whole setup here. Now the labor involved with this setup is dramatically reduced compared to some of the other setups that we have, considering the fact that last year I had a completely separate set of poultry netting for the sheep that were here. So I was moving them separately. I would come over and then I would help move poultry netting for the chickens, and then the pigs would move separately from that. So we've minimized it down and we simplified it. The fact that we've got these two long strands running the whole length. And then the sheep, right now, we rotate them every day or every other day, depending on how much foliage they have up in front there. But I'll spend 5-10 minutes moving them. It's not much time at all. All I have to do is knock down a small strand, let them through, and set up a new one. So that's all we've got there. There's no extra poultry netting besides the 2 side strands that run the full length for the chickens, because they're dependent upon the strands that are in front for the sheep and the strands that are in back for the pigs. So all we have to do there is move the buildings, which is what we were already doing. And then the pigs in the back, they're the easiest yet, because they'll stay half a week, depending on weather conditions back there, since they don't have much impact on the actual grass. They're just rooting it up. Well, I hope you enjoyed this short little tour of some of the mechanics and the behind the scenes of how we're rotating these animals here at Seven Sons Farms. If you'd like more information, I encourage you to visit sevensons.net to find more information, kind of what we've got going on here on the farm. If you're interested in any of the hen supplies, I would suggest you visit hengear.com. Once again, I really appreciate you clicking this video and checking us out and showing interest in our farm here. Have a good day.